I'm going to do some stretching on the VersaFit 360. I happen to have the board here on the couch, which allows the couch to be more stable. And now I can lay on it to do my stretching. I like to do this especially in the morning because I'm not a big fan of getting down on the floor in the morning. Maybe my back is a little stiff, my hips are a little tight, my knees, my ankles, my feet. Something's a little stiff, I'm going to be 60. So things do stiffen up, especially in the morning. But at least I'm still able to start with stretching. And also it's nice to do stretching, say, after pickleball. So I'm going to go through a series of stretches. First, I'm going to go into what's called a figure four stretch. I just put one ankle up, gently push down on my knee. And I'm just going to hold this for maybe 15, 20 seconds. Remember to breathe, feel the stretch. Don't push it too much because we don't want that muscle to tighten up. The goal is to encourage it to loosen up. Now I'm going to put both hands behind that knee, gently pull it towards my opposite shoulder. I'm going to sit as tall as I can so I can really stretch the muscle that is kind of along the pathway of the sciatic nerve. So when this muscle is more loose, more open, we have less sciatic nerve pain. So keep that in mind. Hold about another 5 seconds. And then I'm going to switch over to the other leg. Usually one side is going to be a little stiffer than the other. My experience has been that usually the more dominant side is stiffer because it's doing more work. So therefore, you may want to spend a little bit more time stretching it since it's working extra hard for you. And I'm going to put both hands behind that knee, gently draw it across to my opposite shoulder. The taller I sit, the more I'm going to feel that stretch in that piriformis muscle. And once again, I'm just going to sit nice and tall. I'm going to hold this for about another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'm going to bring that down. I'm going to do a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Once again, here's where not having to get on the floor is nice. So I'm just bringing one leg up, sitting as tall as I can. You don't necessarily have to touch the toes. What you can do is reach towards the toes. So the goal is not about touching the toe. The goal is to feel the stretch in the back of your hamstring so that that can start stretching. And just keep in mind that no one likes to feel that stretch. But as we get older, it does get tighter. As it gets tighter, it starts to throw our posture off, and we can actually be contributing to back pain and imbalances. So I'd rather you deal with a little discomfort now so you don't have to deal with major discomfort later. I also like to kind of like massage the thigh a little bit because when the thigh muscle is a little looser, you actually can get a little more range in the hamstring. I'm just going to hold this for about another 10 seconds. If you're so inclined, you could do a little ankle rotation while you're in this position, maybe 5 in each direction. More flexible your ankles are, the better range of motion, the more stable, balanced you'll be. All right, then I'm going to switch. I'm going to turn my back to you, and I'm going to put my other leg up. Good, I'm sitting nice and tall. And I'm going to just start once again massaging this thigh muscle because it bears a lot of weight. Just loosening it up. I'm going to do my ankle rotation. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and now I'm going to go into a lay down to do my lower back stretch. So here's where I'm going to, you can feel free to use a pillow. I'm going to put a pillow where my head's going to be. Laying back, keep my tummy tight when I'm laying down. Just bring your knees in. This is always a good stretch. People really enjoy this stretch. Thing is, if we don't get on the floor to do it, you don't get the benefits of this stretch. You can even put the VersaFit 360 on your bed, too. I've done that before. I'm going to put one knee down, cross the other one over. Here's that figure four stretch again. Very gently stretching that out. This I'm going to hold for another 10 seconds. And then I'm going to switch over to the other side. The side's a little tighter on me, so I'm going to hold for a little longer, maybe 20 seconds. Another 5 seconds. Now I'm going to go into what's called a butterfly stretch or an inner thigh stretch. Put my feet together and just let those drop open. This is good for the inner thighs. When those inner thigh muscles are more flexible, we have a tendency to have more balance in our leg and hip positions when we're doing activities like biking, swimming, hiking, squatting. When those inner thighs are really tight, our knees have a tendency to pull in, and that's called knee valgus, and that's not good for your hip joints. It's not good for your back. And then we're going to bring those together. I'm going to rotate my knees off to one side. Good. For this demonstration, I'm just going to hold this for about 15 seconds. And then I'm going to rotate it over to the other side. So you get to do all this without having to get down or get back up from the floor. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but if that's a barrier for some reason, then at least you can get these stretches in. Last 5 seconds. Okay, and now I'm just going to scoot to the edge of the couch, and I'm going to take this bent right knee. I'm just going to let it drop down. This is an excellent stretch for the hip flexor, lower abdomen, thigh muscle. Sometimes you'll see people doing this when they're standing, but sometimes it's really challenging to do when you're standing. You're focusing so much on balancing and not falling over that we're not really relaxing. And when you relax and let that leg kind of be heavy but supported, it encourages the muscles to relax. When the abdomen and the hip flexors are more flexible, our gait is better, our posture is better also. And we will reduce back pain, back strain. I'm going to hold this about another 5 seconds. Okay, I'm going to bring this knee in. I'm going to sit up. I'm going to bring my knees in. I'm going to throw my body weight forward. And then I'm going to switch over to the other side. Move my pillow. Okay. And now we're going to do this side. I'm just letting that drop down. Opening up that hip flexor. Opening up thigh muscle. Opening up the psoas muscle. Just relaxing. Enjoying the stretch. I'm going to hold this about another 15 seconds. Five more seconds. Okay, I'm going to bring that back knee back up. I'm going to sit back up. And then I'm going to finish this with a side-to-side stretch and a low back stretch. So I'm going to reach to one side, extend my ribs up to the ceiling. Reach to the other side, extend my ribs to the ceiling. Bring my body to neutral, stretch down, let my head hang, roll on up, starting with the lower vertebrae. And the head is the very last part to come up. Let's repeat that. Side stretch, center yourself, roll down, roll up. Let's repeat that. I'm going to do it 3 more times. Side stretch, center myself, roll down. This time we're just kind of breathe with this. Center myself. 2 more times. Side stretch, roll down, roll up. 1 more time. Side stretch, roll down, roll up. And that's all we're going to do for our stretching, just enough to get some blood flowing, get the muscles to loosen up a little bit so we feel youthful and supple. So thanks for joining me with this.